Good morning and welcome to Hidden Valley Raceway up here in the top end for the final day of the Merlin Darwin Triple Crown. Big day of action ahead. But before we get underway with that, Chad and Aylon, let's maybe just unpack a couple of the issues from yesterday's first race here. There was a lot going on and a lot to update people on.
Yeah, as far as that live from the fast lane goes, powered by the garage, this one's an important one because there's so much to talk about. Lots of drama yesterday in race 12 in the championship, and there's been a lot of late nights. I know you had a bit of a late night for your birthday last night, but not as late as some of these teams.
That's right.
I can confirm that Team Sydney have got Fabian Coulthard's car back and ready. That was a huge effort. Fabian hands-on himself with this car. They were here until 1 a.m. That's well past your bedtime.
Yeah, I was not here. I wasn't anywhere, actually, at 1 a.m. But that's a huge effort because both the cars were caught up in that incident. Plenty of other cars caught up in that one too.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk down and take a look. But Anton De Pasquale, we saw that huge impact, that in-car shot of him getting hit. I spoke to Ben Croak, the team manager. It was actually the bumper that took the most of the brunt of that force. So it didn't actually damage any of the chassis rails. So it was actually a pretty early night for them. They had that car fixed and ready to go by 10 p.m.
Well, that's good news for them because that was certainly a lot earlier than a lot of the other teams up and down pit lane. The other thing that came out of that,
listening to that
hear the impact of that.
Yeah.
That actually triggered the sensors inside Todd Hazelwood's car, which means that once those sensors go off, those impact sensors, that means it's registered over 30 G of impact. Now, for an 85 kilometre an hour corner on lap one, that's actually quite a sizable shunt given what we're looking at. So I can see that the SCT Logistics number 4 of Jack Smith is fixed, so that car is ready to go. That's good news. And also next door at Brad Jones Racing, which is where all the drama seems to be surrounding this team at the moment, Todd Hazelwood's car is good and ready to go. And that was about a midnight job on that car last night as well to get everything ready. I believe the engine had been moved over in that impact. We saw how big it was. And once you're talking about major componentry, like the whole engine getting shifted over to the side, you're talking about a very big job to fix it.
Of course, the one unanswered question that we had, and we actually almost still do heading into the final day today, is will there be a penalty applied to car 8 of Nick Percat? Because there was a minimum tyre pressure which was being investigated. Now, I can tell you the steward's report will be issued in about 20 minutes. Ooh. So tune in to Fox Sports 506 and they will have the very latest to find out whether there has been a penalty applied. But I think one thing that we probably need to just clarify, it wasn't actually during the race that it was the minimum tyre pressure issue. It was actually on the warm-up lap.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different to what people might have thought.
I don't know the outcome of what's going to happen here with the stewards, but what I do know is that they're being incredibly technical on the words that they're putting into the stewards' announcement, which is going to be coming out in about 20 minutes. Conveniently, we're on air in 20 minutes, so if you tune in at the top of our coverage on Fox Sports...
We didn't time that.
As chance would have it. So that's good news.
Here we go. Here we've got our, speaking of Fox Sports 506...
Come and have a look. Everybody loves this.
Getting ready for the start. Tell us this.
Live from the fast lane, behind the fast lane. Let's check in and see how the crew going down here. There's Jess Yates. She's getting ready. Good morning, Jess. How are you feeling today?
I'm really good. Good morning. Can't wait for today after what happened yesterday. What do you think's going to happen at turn 1?
Oh, hopefully a little bit less chaos, maybe a little bit more chaos. Are you liking your surroundings?
We're so lucky to be in the Walkinshaw Andretti United garages. I feel like we're the lucky charm for them this weekend. Race win for Chazzy yesterday, so let's see what unfolds today. But they've done a really good job of looking after us, and we've been doing our best to stay out of the way.
You're just out of the way at the moment. She's actually about a metre away from the door. And how cool is it to have Marcus here this weekend as well?
So what are you studying there? No, you don't need that one. You need this one. What are you studying here? You got your data.
Yeah, look, the Supercars team did an amazing job with stats. So there's been an update overnight about whether everyone is in the championship, where they finished yesterday, who progressed during the race yesterday, who had issues. So I'm studying the form guide to try and pretend I know what I'm doing.
No, you're doing a fantastic job. We love having you part of the telecast. 2 big races again today. Gosh, if yesterday's anything to go by, we're set for a cracker today, hey?
What an amazing day yesterday. A lot of mistakes, a lot of missteps. There's a lot of hot heads out here overnight. There's been a lot of teams working to fix damage. We're going to be in for a great day today, but yesterday's race was pretty spectacular for me. Lots of green flag passing, lots of shuffling up in the order, a bit of crazy antics into turn 1. It was all to play for.
The teams are obviously getting ready and drivers are getting ready because qualifying is a little over 45 minutes away. You've been here, you've done all this before. How do you think the drivers have pulled up overnight? How are they going to be feeling today after that hot race yesterday and then heading in to do it twice again today?
I think they'll all be shaping up pretty well. It's a sprint round format, so the races aren't too long. Will Brown had some issues with his cool suit yesterday. Maybe he'll be feeling some effects. But to be honest, the temperature's quite mild for Darwin the last couple of days.
There you go.
I wouldn't call it Launceston weather, but it's certainly a little bit cooler than we're used to seeing up here. How cool to have Marcus Ambrose here. So a couple of cameras, plenty of lights, big program
We're getting
monitor.
in everyone's way.
Yeah, and all our wonderful crew at Fox
Why don't we
Sports
step back out into live
ready
for
to
the
go.
fast lane? So, as we mentioned, we are literally going to have the answers to all the penalties that may or may not be applied and how that will affect the drivers in the championship points.
Yep.
And also, I guess, the podium from yesterday's race.
Indeed.
That's all coming up very soon.
Yeah, if that indeed is going to affect it. So great day yesterday for the Appliances Online Mobile One racing team of Chaz Mostert. Unfortunately, Ryan Walkinshaw couldn't be here yesterday to enjoy that win. He came all the way from Europe, did his 2 weeks hotel quarantine, and then got caught in the Melbourne lockdown right off the back of it, which meant that unfortunately he wasn't able to be here. How much would he have loved to be here yesterday to watch that happen?
Well, he wasn't here, but you know who was? Grant Shippy McPherson, his first time out with the Walkinshaw Andretti United team after being on gardening leave from leaving Red Bull Holden Racing Team, claims a win.
Hey, while we're at the front of Team 18, not to be mistaken with Triple 8, is how well Scott Pye's car has been running this weekend. They have been very, very fast, excuse me, and quite unlucky not to be able to pull a good result out of yesterday. And I really appreciated the interview and how frank he was after that race to say, my bad, that was all me. And he owned up to it. He apologised. He went down and apologised to Anton De Pasquale. But how about the guy next to him as well? Qualified on the front row, and electrical gremlins at the very start of the race for Mark Winterbottom meant that he essentially lost all of that speed at the start of the race. But here's the kicker for Mark Winterbottom. He lost all electronics in that car. Everything went dead. Complete black dash, engine, everything out after the 5-second board before the start of the race.
Oh, wow.
So you're on the front row of the grid. You've got 24 cars behind you. You're sitting there ready to go, and everything goes dead. He had to press the restart button, essentially, to fire that car back up. A miracle that he got that car even moving.
It's giving me a sick feeling just thinking about handling that. Hey, we are, as we have mentioned, we are live on Fox Sports 506 at 8:40 a.m. local time. So that is, if I do my math correctly, about 9:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Summer Daylight,
something
wherever we are, whatever,
on the
Eastern
East Coast.
time.
Yep.
We're also on Channel 7 today, free to air. So check your local guides for coverage. Big day ahead.
Yeah, it is going to be a big day ahead. Great work by the Erebus crew yesterday. Brody Kostecki and Will Brown both floating around those podium positions. Unlucky Brody got that penalty for taking that little shortcut from turns 5 to 7. But for Will Brown, I think he started back in 22nd position and somehow came all the way up to be fighting for a podium. And the other big news was also James Courtney's over there having a chat to our good buddy Mark Beretta at the moment. Great to have Channel 7 back with us this weekend. JC did get a penalty yesterday, but it wasn't for the contact with Brody Kostecki. It was actually for the restart procedure that was on those opening few laps. So he got a 5-second penalty for that, which dropped him out of that podium contention. There was so much drama at the end of what we saw yesterday, and I cannot wait for these two races today.
Absolutely. As we mentioned, 2 short qualifying, 10-minute qualifying sessions for races 13 and 14. And then 2 races. So huge day of action, not only supercars, we have the Australian Superbike Championship.
Yes. How good was that yesterday?
So good. Also, we have the Super Trucks.
If it's super, it's racing here, pretty much is the rule.
Exactly. So it's going to be a super day. Check your local guides. We'll catch you later on. Enjoy your final day here at the Merlin Darwin Triple Crown.
Super.